Hey good people, welcome back. My name is Kara, and whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another one today. Today I'm going to be talking about one of Paris Corner's new scents. It's Taskeen Lactéa Divina, and I'm also going to be talking about how it compares with Lattafa's Her Confession. If that sounds good to you, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think, and come on down the fragrance rabbit hole with me because we're trying to smell good over here. All right, let's get started. So how are you? I'm doing okay. My son Marky has a dental procedure tomorrow, and I'm just hoping it all goes well and he's not in too much pain afterwards. We do have to go to the hospital. It's going to be a very, very early day. Send hugs and prayers our way for Marky. Let me know how you're doing in the comments or the chat, whichever you prefer, and let's go ahead and get this started. So during this time, I know a lot of content creators do a vlogmas, and over on my other channel, Beauty and the Frizz, I have done vlogmas for 4 years straight, and I'm really trying to do it this year. I would like to have more than usual fragrance content. I have so much, y'all. Like, I just have gotten really, really backed up. So there might not be a video every day, but definitely expect some more fragrance content from me, especially some Middle Eastern fragrances. If that's your jam, there's gonna be a lot more of those. So I'm really, really excited to go ahead and kick this off. So let's go ahead and talk about this new fragrance. I had a hard time finding it when it first released because it wasn't on Aroma Concepts, and I ended up getting this from Amazon, but it's now on Aroma Concepts. Right now it's on sale for $34, and this is 100 mLs. Let me just show you the packaging up close. It's this creamy, minty colored bottle. And there are other Taskeen fragrances. I don't own any of them. I do have a sample of the caramel one, but I have not tried it yet. So this is going to be my first time trying one of these Taskeen fragrances. So let's break down this fragrance a little more and talk about the scent profile as well as the notes. This fragrance is described as a floral gourmand. It's also very lactonic. We have top notes of cacao and incense, middle notes of tuberose and jasmine, and base notes of milk, vanilla, and tonka bean. Now I have worn this fragrance already, so I'm not gonna spray it on like my little cotton pad. I'm just gonna go ahead and spray it. I'm gonna spray it on my skin and let you know what I think about it initially. I have to be 100% honest. This fragrance smells a little overpowering for me initially. So I would say when it comes to the projection, you definitely have that. I think you are going to get that scent trail. It does settle down really nicely. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't like this one, but I actually do like it. It's not going to be my favorite. I'll let you know that straight away, but I do like the fragrance. Now in the top, they do say there's cacao, but I don't really smell it that strong. And sometimes these fragrances do need to sit for some time before you can really make your final decision. But this is just so milky, and it almost smells like there's cinnamon in here, but there isn't any cinnamon. I'm not sure if that's the incense. There is a floral smell in here, which I would attribute to the tuberose and the jasmine, but mostly it's this creamy, milky, reminds me of maybe a cinnamon milk, which I've never had cinnamon milk, but that's what I gather from this fragrance. And as it settles down, you do get that dry down of the milk and the vanilla and the tonka, but there's just something in here that smells like cinnamon to me, even though that's not what's in there. The cacao is not really strong in my opinion. So if you're looking for that kind of chocolate smell, I wouldn't get the fragrance for that. As far as CH goes, someone would smell this on you. I don't think it's going to be a very strong smell. As I said earlier, when I do spray it, it does smell strong to me. It doesn't smell as strong as Her Confession, but we'll get into that comparison. As far as how I'm going to wear this fragrance, I would wear this fragrance during the day. I could also wear it at night. However, my preference is going to be to layer this with something else. And I'm thinking mainly about the Lattafa Eclair, which is a clone of Bianco Latte. This is gonna go very well with creamy, vanilla, milky type scents. And that's how I'm thinking I'm gonna wear it. Would I wear it alone? Yes. Is it my favorite? No. So that's how I'm choosing to wear this. I don't think this fragrance is gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but if you like lactonic scents, I think that you would really like this one because it gives you that creamy, milky vibe. And as far as the longevity of this one, I would say this one lasted between 4 to 5 hours. It does dry down to more of a personal scent. Maybe not a skin scent per se. In my opinion, it's not gonna fill a room, and that's okay because depending on where you're wearing it, that might not be what you're trying to do. Let's talk about how this fragrance compares to Her Confession by Lattafa. I am gonna show a picture of the fragrance. I do not own that fragrance anymore. Right off the bat, I knew it wasn't for me and I wanted it to be for me, but it just wasn't. I gave it a couple of tries and I was like, let me just not use anymore. For me, Lactéa Divina is a softer and milder version of Her Confession. It's not as bold. When I think of Her Confession, I felt like that fragrance was so strong and so bold. I couldn't get past it. There was something in there that almost smelled like a strong coconut, and there was no coconut in there. So now let me just take you to the notes so we can see what's similar about both of those fragrances, because some of the notes do overlap and then there are some that are different. So as you can see, there is no cacao in Her Confession. There is cinnamon in there and I could definitely smell the cinnamon. I actually have a review of Her Confession in another video where I talked about some other new Middle Eastern fragrances that I purchased. So I'll have to link that in the cards in the description box. We see that both fragrances have incense. They both have tuberose. They both have jasmine. They both have vanilla and tonka bean. But in Her Confession, there is musk. There is something in there called mystical and mahonial. And then in Lactéa Divina, there is that milk note. So both of these are very creamy scents. And even though Her Confession doesn't have a milk note, there is that milkiness and creaminess in there. A lot of the notes are the same. I wish I could smell the cacao in Lactéa Divina. And I'm wondering, is that something that might come out as the fragrance sits? I really hope that it does. If I could have purchased this in a smaller size, that probably would have been my best bet. But the 100 mLs for however much I paid for it, it might have been $37 or something like that initially. I'm okay with that. Do I think it is a must-have? I would say no for my scent profile, but the odd thing is that I like creamy lactonic scents. I think it's just the way it's all coming together on me. It's just the combination of the notes, and that's what makes fragrance so personal. If you have Her Confession, you definitely do not need this one unless you felt like Her Confession is too strong, because that one is really bold in my opinion. This one is a milder, softer, calmer version of that. So this might be up your alley. I don't think the vanilla is super strong in this one. I really like vanilla a lot. This is giving me like milk and tonka and some white florals. I'm not mad at it at all, but for me, it is not a must-have. I haven't seen many reviews on this one, and it's taken me a long time, but I do hope that this review is helpful, especially because Aroma Concepts is having a sale right now. They're having bundles, they have individual stuff on sale. Their prices are already good, but the sale is even better. So hopefully this review will help you to make a decision whether or not you would like to own a fragrance like this. I'd love to do a review in a few months to see if the cacao top note comes out at all. So that's going to be it for this one. I know it was quick, but I hope that it is a help. And I will be back very soon with another one, or I may do some in a group. We'll see. It just really depends on how much time I have to film. But I hope you all are doing well, and I would love to know if you purchase this fragrance. Also, if you know whether or not Lactéa Divina is supposed to dupe a designer fragrance, let me know. We do know that the Middle Eastern houses often dupe designer scents for less, and they are amazing. So I'd love to know if this is a dupe of something else. And I'm gonna get on out of here. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.